Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final season finale of Do We Really Know Them? I'm sorry we're starting an hour late. We had some delays, but we are here. And thank you so much for joining us on this exciting episode today. Episode 86. Wow. 14 more episodes, and then we reached the 100th episode. And then we're going to be bringing 100 guests back, doing something very exciting. So, I'm excited for season five, and the summer's coming up. We'll be taking a couple of months of break and doing some events and different things to help our wonderful world and community. And so, let me just show you quickly on the flyer here who will be showing up today. And as you can see, here is the picture of our wonderful guests. Let's go ahead and bring them on. They're waiting in the back room. They're excited. We've been waiting for them for 5 months to come on the show. Here they are. Three, two, one. Welcome to the program. How are you guys?
Oh,
Awesome.
Hello.
I'm excited to
Very
have
well.
you. Actually, this is the first time we're having two people in the same room together sitting there.
Oh,
That's amazing.
lovely.
yes.
It's good to know.
How are you guys doing today? And you guys are joining us in London, right?
That's correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're
Awesome.
doing excellent. Really nice. We're having summer weather, so yes.
How is
In,
the temperature like? It's like warm or cold? I know you guys are Celsius. That's the temperature
in
now.
Celsius, yes, it's lower 20s at the moment, which is really pleasant.
Amazing, amazing.
It was 30 a few days ago, so it was fairly hot for London.
And Patrick, how are you used to this compared to? I know you're from Texas. How are you used to
Right, right.
weather?
I
Mostly
see,
freezing.
I see a lot less sun here.
No, no, that's not, yeah.
A lot
That's
less
amazing.
sun.
Let me go ahead and just see in the audience. There's a few people here. They waited an hour, and Leslie Flowers is here to see
Ah,
the season finale. She does a lot of good things in Think and Grow Rich. She has a show
okay.
on Mondays and Fridays at I believe 11 Eastern. She's amazing. Been on the show before. We have Lisa, who was on the show a couple of episodes ago. She's in the Caribbean islands. Ooh,
Oh,
Wow.
lovely.
Trinidad and Tobago, that area. And so
Yeah.
she helps with women and menopause and all that. So an avid viewer. Here's Leslie was saying, okay. And one more before we get to the real questions here. Meryl, I think in Canada. Congratulations, episode 86. Greetings from, oh, he's in New Jersey. Okay, perfect. All right, are you guys getting ready? Get ready to answer the questions. Are you excited? Ready?
I'm
Yes,
ready.
yes,
I'm
and a little bit scared.
But don't worry. But also, I want to also say these two met on LinkedIn, and now they're a couple and they're engaged. So that's kind of amazing that it can
Yeah.
happen. I was on their show before. I'll show you a clip, and they're doing a lot of things with the basketball and also art and all that. So that's amazing. Okay, let me go ahead and start the question. First thing is, tell us your name. We'll start with Patrick. Tell us your full name. Where are you from? And then we'll go to the missus there. Go ahead.
Patrick Thomas Johnson is my name. I was born in Los Angeles, California, but I've lived pretty much all over the country. So came from Dallas, Texas to London in 24.
Amazing. Oh, in 2024. Okay, about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And
And
you're,
I'm
you're
Katarina Miletić. I
uh
was born in a country that no longer exists. That is a little bit of trivia for you. Of course, Omar, you know, because that country is Yugoslavia.
yes,
And we have a country as well, don't we? With your grandparents, right?
yes,
They come from the same country as I was
yes.
born. So I am from Belgrade, but I have lived in London now for 33 years. And I'm a fine artist. I paint with watercolors. I'm also interior designer by profession, but I do a whole lot of other things, and I'm very happy to be involved with Rimpage as well.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, you guys do a lot of things, and that's why I'm happy to
Mhm.
have you as the season finale couple on the show. So that's
Thank
amazing.
you.
And yes, Yugoslavia was a country that does not exist anymore. But we all remember the memories, my grandparents from there, like you said. And so I think that's why we connected.
Mhm.
Both of you guys have this unique company And so, who actually started it? We'll get into that more details, but in general, it was Patrick who started, right? You're the one who started this. Uh,
Rimpage?
yeah. What
Yeah,
year exactly?
yeah.
What year was that?
Officially 2017.
Oh, so by that, okay, we're gonna get more into details of 10 years in that. Okay, let's continue here. We're gonna start with some fun questions here. First one is your go-to beverage. Okay, let's start with I'm sure I mispronounced your name. Katerina.
Katarina.
Katerina. Yeah, start with you.
Water.
Water. Okay,
Water.
is that considered a beverage? Good. Okay,
So
Patrick. Yeah, yeah.
it's,
Don't say water, Patrick.
it's going to be lemonade.
Lemonade. Okay, great. Okay, what annoys you the most, Patrick?
Ooh, when when I'm a very curious person,
Yeah.
and so I love to learn about other people and understand other people when they cannot articulate their perspective, because there's no way I could ever know it unless they can articulate it. If they can't articulate it, then it's like a piece of knowledge that's behind the wall, and I'll never get to
Mm, absolutely. No, that's a good one to be annoyed at. You're kind of like
it.
And Katrina, how about you?
I am very rarely annoyed.
You're really annoyed. That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I am
So
mostly amused and bemused sometimes, but yeah,
that's a
rarely
good quality
annoyed.
to have, right? Uh,
Mhm.
that's amazing. And also, music. Let's talk about music or a song that you pick. I know our cultural music. It's amazing. It's different than the American. I prefer that over rather than
Yeah,
American music.
yeah.
What do you think, Katerina? What is your go-to song?
My go-to song. Well, I have a few, but let's name Dire Straits.
Mm,
Any song from Dire Straits. Sultans of Swing is one of the favorites. So there you
got
go.
amazing.
Something rock, something with guitar,
Oh,
that has a nice melody. Yeah, I love those songs.
yes, exactly. I like that too. It's kind of amazing, different than, it has to be a good tune, good tone, and the
Yeah.
music has to be a positive thing. Patrick, how about you?
I I think it changes every month, but I think currently, um, I think it will be "Fly" by Nightbird.
Got you, got you. Okay, perfect. All right, let's continue. All right, here we go. The next ones. We're gonna get more into more serious things. Okay, let me move this here. Okay, and then see if I can just move it in here. I think these are there. You go. Okay, perfect. Can you each share a fond childhood memory and describe what made it stand out to you? Patrick, how about you?
A fond. Okay, it would definitely have to be playing basketball with my mom and my four brothers in our backyard in Mojave, California.
Got you.
What makes it stand out was we were all intensely competitive. And so we would play until like the sun went down. Our scores would get up into the 200s. And then after we would quit, we would come in the house and we would eat this cake that my mom baked. I really loved. It was like a pineapple, banana, strawberry cake with whipped cream.
Lovely, Leslie.
So
Wow.
that's quite a memory.
I'm gonna go back to you again, Patrick, and say what stood out about basketball for you? Was it watching Michael Jordan on TV? Was it somebody in your family? I mean, why
Mhm.
that sport? There's so many sports out there,
Right.
American football, soccer. But what stood out basketball? I know a lot of African Americans go into basketball, but why you?
I think definitely the mechanics of it, the challenge of trying to put that ball in the hoop, but also basketball is like an arena where I can seek and pursue self mastery. I think that's the real thing. Is I'm obsessed with self mastery, and basketball is an arena where I can pursue that.
Got you. Amazing, amazing. Katerina, how about you?
I'm going to go back in time a little, or a lot, like almost half a century,
Yeah.
back to the Adriatic Sea. That is where we visited every year. We had friends there, and that is like the only break my mom and dad took off from work. And we would be swimming all day. We had this beach that was like private beach. Only locals knew about this beach, and one of our friends showed us, and we would be there from from sunrise to sunset, and just swim until your body really gets tired. Enjoy it. The water, the deepest indigo color you can imagine, and clear. So you can see really deep, and these little stones, little pebbles on the beach. So they're a little bit sharp, so they're not like polished pebbles. So it's a little bit hard to get into the water. But that refreshing feeling when you get into the water and then swimming like my brother and I, and we took all of our cousins. We had 6 cousins, my brother and I. So we would go and take them each year. One of them came with us, and we would really have a fantastic time. So those are some of my fondest memories and earliest memories. So I often go back there. And we went I celebrated my very first birthday over there in that seaside. The town is called Tivat, where we went, and Kotor is more famous town. So we were there in the Bay of Boka Kotorska, and really famous, like a fjord in the Adriatic Sea. And we went there after I lived in England and my children were born. We went and visited Montenegro as well for holidays. So very long connection with Montenegro.
Amazing, amazing. I'm going to go ahead and actually share the screen in a second and show them. But I want to also go back to you. So the Adriatic Sea, were you able? I know you mentioned about clear. It's clear, but sometimes people drink from it. Is it in that ability? And here it is. I'm going to share the screen in a second. But can you actually drink from it, from that water?
You can't drink, but there was a little stream that went into the sea. So when that current changed, you could feel ice cold water, and the water wasn't so salty where we went for swim. So you could almost drink it because that sweet water mixed with salty water. But yes, I don't think drinking seawater is that enjoyable.
Yes, exactly. Only fresh water. And then here's the Adriatic Sea. So it borders Italy, Croatia, Montenegro, a little bit of Bosnia, and I think Slovenia, which our last guest was from Slovenia on the show.
Yeah.
And so amazing here. And then you're originally from here, this part, Serbia. Patrick, have you been to Serbia before?
Yes,
You
I
have.
have.
How was your experience there, and did you have some of the food?
I'll tell you one thing that stood out was I'm used to being one of the tallest people wherever I go.
Oh.
When I was at the airport in Serbia, I was looking up at people.
Oh, yeah.
They're really tall over there.
Yes.
And as far as the food, we visited Katrina's family, so I got to eat her mom's cooking, and oh boy, it's amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, our food is amazing. It's lovely and all natural. And it's nothing like McDonald's and all that. They do have it there, right? But it's no processed food, all natural. I mean, even my mom will get up in the morning and do something. She has to create something new, and so that's amazing. I'm glad you went. I'm glad you had that experience.
Yes, me too.
And it's different. I think most Americans should then travel and do that. So while I'm talking about this, think about this: should Americans travel to go out the countries? Think about that while I talk to Jackie and say hello to her. Jackie, thank you for joining us. She does a show on Mondays at 9 Eastern. She has a lot of people on her shows, like more than me, and she has a lot of followers. So she's an amazing guest who was on my show as well. And she's a good host as well. So check out her shows at 9 Eastern. And she wants to visit the Adriatic Sea so badly. Yes, I showed you it. Please do go ahead, and maybe you can visit our friends here too as well. All right, have you guys remembered the question? Katrina,
should Americans travel?
Yeah. Yes, definitely yes.
Yeah, they absolutely should.
Yeah,
because it's I think it's healthy to learn about other cultures, or I should say, to experience other cultures and learn about them in that way.
Exactly. Amazing. No, yeah.
Nothing brings people more together, I think, than this real life experience. And it's nice. I mean, we did meet online and we had lovely conversations and everything. But it broadens your horizons, I think. It's same what Patrick said. When you experience a culture, like the food and the way people behave in traffic, and the conversations they have, those little things, it really broadens your horizon. You cannot have the same experience if you never leave your borders. So yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I heard. I think 70% of Americans never traveled and don't have a passport, and so it's very important to go out there. And that's what I did in 2024.
Uh-huh.
I traveled. I met my connections, about 25 people,
Yeah.
and new people. So that's an important thing that a lot of people should do. Okay, all right. I'm going to give you an A plus plus on that question.
Thank you.
All right.
Many times on that one. So let's go to the next one. Okay, here we go. So think about this, and I'm gonna talk about Leslie's comment. Who has had the greatest influence in your life? Okay, I'll give you a few seconds. Leslie's writing here. Yes, these are dangerous times with all sorts of new paperwork required. Have you experienced any of that? Okay, let's go with her question, if you don't mind, and then we'll get to my question. So
Well, we are lucky to be British and US, so
Right.
we have not experienced that traveling through Europe. I guess if you go somewhere outside, maybe you will need more paperwork.
Yeah.
But then people from Serbia coming out of Serbia and going into European Union countries, they do require now more paperwork and everything. But I recommend you follow the government guidance on when you're traveling, and usually there is no problem if you stick to the rules. And why wouldn't you? Really, you want to have the
Right.
pleasant time when you are abroad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then have you talked about your greatest influence in your life? Could it be a parent, a teacher? Katerina, start with you.
Yeah, so many, but I will name my dad because he is no longer in the physical form here with us, but in spirit he is here every day. So my dad was so full of life. He was also an artist, and at one point in his life he left that. He thought that was his hobby, and then later in life, like some maybe 5 years into me moving out of the country, I had this huge desire to reconnect my dad with his love of paintings, which I did. And then we spent the rest of our holidays together and our special moments, all of it, painting together, experiencing life through that lens of art, exhibiting, selling our art, bringing people together, doing painting retreats and colonies and all of that. So yeah, my dad is huge influence on my life, as in that identity as an artist actually came through viewing life like he did, playfully and creatively.
Amazing, amazing. That's
Yeah.
always brilliant. For me, it's my grandfather, right? And so
Right.
I love that idea that they always live in you, right? They pass on physically from the body, but they live on spiritually for you. And so it's the impact and the legacy. And so that's what I like to do with this show too. My great grandkids can watch and see what legacy, because we're here short, 70 years, 80 years. We need to do a legacy for people. And so when we get into the Rimpage and basketball, that's a beautiful thing that you started. So yeah, Patrick, how about you?
My greatest influence in my life would be my mom. My mom was an artist, and she was very creative. And so I'll tell you a story. One time, our house burned down when I lived in Indiana in 1985, and with it, all of my toys. And so when we moved to a different house, I didn't have any toys. And every time we went to the store, I was asking my mom to buy me another toy. And I kept asking her that. And then one time she said, Patrick, you need to learn how to use your imagination. And that was the first time I'd ever heard that word imagination. And I said, what's an imagination? And she told us, if you have an imagination, you can make your own toys. And that was the first time I'd ever heard anything like that before. But then she showed us, she got a piece of wire, and me and my 5 siblings sat around, and we just watched her, and she literally made an action figure out of a piece of wire right there in front of us. Just blew our minds. But she would do that. She always encouraged me to use my imagination, and I ended up doing that to make a living.
Oh wow, that's amazing. See, parents are always there. So you mentioned your father, and he mentioned his mom. So that's beautiful, right there. And it's like the opposite. So that's awesome. And so our parents always influence us. That's amazing. Leslie's coming in here with a question. Maybe it's too early to answer this, but where did you meet in person the first time? I guess we can say, how was your experience in meeting in person, and how was that like?
Well, I want to say this before I answer that question.
Yeah, yeah.
Katrina and I met on LinkedIn, and then a couple of days after that meeting, we met on a Zoom call. Our relationship started the day we met.
Wow.
There was no we met and then we started talking and we started liking each other, and then at one point we say, hey, you know what, let's be in a relationship. No, our relationship started the day we met. It's just like we picked it up. Like it was always there and we just picked it up.
Yes.
Amazing.
It wasn't a romantic relationship at first. Of course, it was a friendship. It was just a conversation which never ended.
Right.
And it was so easy and so natural. So I think the answer to Leslie's question is we met first time in Heathrow Airport in London, because Patrick came to England to visit me for the first time 11 months after we met. And it was really beautiful experience and very natural, because I already knew the real Patrick. So it was beautiful.
Amazing. And with that, beautiful.
I mentioned the other day
Still is.
that we've talked every single day since then. July of 2023. There hasn't been a day when we haven't talked.
That's amazing. That's awesome. And it can happen. So that can happen where you can meet people online, and it's amazing and wonderful thing. And so here is an example. That's awesome. All right, let's continue on to the next question. Okay. All right. Name a destination at top of your travel list. I know a lot of you traveled. Most of you probably have traveled who are watching, and also both of you guys. Is there some place you have not been to and you would love to travel to? We could put it that way.
For maybe 20 years now, I've had this unexplainable desire to go to Spain.
Spain.
I don't know why, but I'm going to Spain.
Wow.
And now I know I'm going to take Katrina with me.
Well, you're now like an hour away, right? By flight? You're an hour away. You're an hour away by flights, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, you can
not far away at all.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, so if you were in California and you're flying to Arizona, it's that's close,
Yes.
So, but you're there, so you're in Europe. Katrina, how about you? Does Spain sound good to you?
Spain sounds good. Yes, of course. I have been to many European countries and I've been to Africa, but one place I haven't visited yet, and I do have few friends who I met over the years, dear friends, is Ireland. So I would love to visit Ireland. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Where in Africa have you been?
I've been to Tanzania, so Dar es Salaam and the inland, like Dodoma, where that's the capital city, and some of the like I've experienced real life scenarios in Africa, so with people who live there. So I've been with the community, which was wonderful experience back in 2000.
Amazing. That's awesome. Jackie says, I love how both talk about the community.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We have this kind of thing on the show. So that's
also awesome. I want to take Katrina to California.
Yes.
Oh, yes. You have.
That's my second answer.
Which part of California are you from, Patrick? LA?
Los Angeles.
Perfect.
Pasadena, Malibu, those areas, definitely.
Amazing. That's awesome. She's talking about here going to see some dancers in Spain.
Yes.
Right?
Experience the life. Yes.
Yeah. Here is somebody as a LinkedIn user watching from Florida. Whoever you are, thank you for joining us. You're a LinkedIn user. We all are LinkedIn users.
Yes.
So there you go. Okay, perfect. Let me go here. Let's go to the next one. A couple more, and then we'll get into more of your business. Okay, what makes a great leader? Both of you guys are are in leadership, and you do great programming, and we're going to get into that. I'm excited to talk about that. But Katrina, what makes a great leader? Why are you a great leader?
A great leader is somebody who sees potential in people, and they don't clip their wings. So they let them bloom and develop, and they guide them to the best of their ability, how to become their best versions, or they just help them shape themselves in the way that they see they want to become or be.
Amazing. Patrick?
When I first saw the question, immediately the first word that came to my mind was vision. So I think a great leader is someone who can formulate and communicate and get people excited about a great vision. Like, this is where we want to go.
Amazing. I agree. And Christy is that LinkedIn user. I do know Christy in a bit. And so I've seen her around. She's a connection. So thank you for joining us, Christy. All right. Awesome. Let us continue to the next one. Okay. So we kind of talked about how you guys met. You met through LinkedIn. About this. So,
can I share something about that? Give me some more details about that.
Yeah.
So, I had seen this video about delegating and how you have to, if you want your company to grow, then you have to be comfortable with delegating. So I said, okay, I'm going to try this. I didn't have the budget at the time, but I was looking for volunteers. So I had 5 different positions within Rimpage that I was looking for volunteers to fill. So I was on LinkedIn a lot I ended up in Katrina's world because I was really active on LinkedIn. So I'm looking for 5 people to fill these 5 different positions for Rimpage on LinkedIn. And ultimately what ended up happening was Katrina filled all 5 of them.
Oh, wow.
Katrina she's gifted and she's hardworking.
Amazing.
So she ended up meeting that need.
That's awesome. So, but was it like you one day you just connected with him, or was he a connection of a connection, and then you guys talked?
Yeah, definitely connection from a connection. I was part of that Saturday social network group or whatever. We would spend a lot of time on LinkedIn on Saturday connecting with people from different backgrounds. So I was interested in leaders, actually. So I was connecting with entrepreneurs and people with entrepreneurial spirit or creatives from any walk of life. So doctors, artists, lawyers, basketball coaches, what I thought Patrick was. So I just wanted to experience different world views, different perspectives, and talk to people who had leadership roles. And that is how easy it was to connect back in those days on LinkedIn. It was a genuine desire to talk to people who have different views. That's what sort of brought us into each other's world.
Amazing. But then let's talk about actually Rimpage here and
okay.
Here. I do have a video here where it says "Go get it." Let me show them.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let me show them that here, and then we can talk about that. So let me see here. Let me know if you guys can hear it once I play it. Let me see.
Basketball has been around for a long time.
Can you hear it?
We've watched it. We've lived it. We're all pretty much familiar with the lifestyle. A lot of players see themselves as a hooper. With Rimpage, you have to become a hunter. Players walk into Rimpage, they come in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they've done nothing. They haven't played a single match. And it's like, what are you waiting for? I guess they're waiting for someone to give them the schedule. That's not how it works here. There's this story about the lion at the zoo who meets the lion from the wild. So
okay, perfect. So I'm going to end it there and just show them that. So if somebody come in and say, I heard this word Rimpage, what is Rimpage? What would you describe it in a sentence or two? What is Rimpage?
Rimpage is a worldwide one-on-one basketball league that is on a mission to identify and to crown the best player in every city, every region, every country, and ultimately in the world.
Amazing. That's awesome. What gave you that idea? Was it when you were younger with your mom and all that? What gave you the idea of it?
Yeah, my mom introduced me to basketball. She was a great basketball player herself. I grew up wanting to play pro basketball. I ended up filming my 2 brothers who played for their university team. And so I got to know their teammates. And then I saw what happens when college players reach the end of their eligibility. My 2 brothers got an NBA scout who arranged for them to have workouts with different NBA teams. Ultimately, they didn't get an offer. And so I'm seeing what each of these players does with their basketball talent when there's nowhere else to display it. And then I got this idea that there should be something else for these players. Like, we're graduating thousands of players every year who don't make it to the pros. What's going to happen to these players? I was thinking there needs to be a bigger stage. There needs to be some other option for them.
Got you. That's amazing. That's amazing. Can you recall your first, I guess, basketball recruit that you brought on, and who was he?
Ashton Cook is our shining star for Rimpage. And Ashton has an amazing story himself. He grew up dreaming of being a pro basketball player. After college, he got an offer from a pro team in the Dominican Republic. Before he could get on the plane, he got a serious liver infection that hospitalized him for 3 weeks. When he came out of the hospital, the offer was gone. His pro dream was gone. But it was around that time, this is like 2021, Rimpage was having its first event, and Ashton heard about it. So he signed up for the event. He won both parts of it. We had a 3-point shooting contest and a King of the Court. He won both of those. And then we started doing like city battles where different players from different cities would meet up and play one-on-one against each other. Ashton joined that, and he just took off. He's like become this star. He has a 99% winning percentage over 305 games. He's won 304 and 2. 304 wins, only 2 losses.
Wow.
68 game win streak. So,
that's amazing. That's amazing. Check out the site here. And Katrina, where did you get into this, involved with Rimpage? At what point? I know when I was interviewed or was part of your program, it was, I believe, in almost 3 years ago, and I have the clip here. Were you involved? I mean, it's 2023, 2022. Is that when you were involved in it?
Very shortly after meeting Patrick, I interviewed Patrick for my podcast called This Is Your Moment. And during that interview, Patrick said something that instantly made me see this entire vision that he just described, that I saw how freeing this is for every single basketball player in the world. Because I come from a country where a lot of kids have the basketball dream, but whatever the numbers are, it's catastrophically low because the stage upon which they want to play at that level isn't big enough. So some of the greatest players will never be the names we know, just because there is no stage for them. And when Patrick introduced me to the idea of Rimpage, my first initial reaction to that was, how can I help you bring this vision to life? And this is where we started working together. And I have been working as a volunteer in Rimpage and will continue to do so. And I have worked with Ashton, and I know how much he puts into his own achievements and his own success. So the reason why Ashton is successful, it's not the platform, it's Ashton himself. And that is what Rimpage discovers. Talented players who want to be in charge of their own success and their own career. And this is now open to the whole world, to every basketball player out there. So they no longer have the excuse, the stage is small, I can't become famous.
Amazing. So basically, anybody who has the enthusiasm for basketball and they're hard for them to get into the actual NBA and all that, they should probably sign up with Rimpage, correct?
That's it.
That's correct.
Because the thing is, Omar, is, and I say this all the time, in every city where basketball is being played right now, in every city where basketball is being played, there's one player who's better than all the others. That player is a city champion, except that there's no city championship tournament where he can prove himself and be crowned the city champion. And so for the past 130 years, basketball has ignored its best players. The best player in every city has been ignored. The best player in every state, every country has been ignored because there's been no championship tournament at those levels. That's the problem Rimpage was created to solve.
And they're there already. We just don't know their names because there is no format of the competition that recognizes them. And you know what, Omar? Basketball is just the beginning. The reason why I love Patrick's leadership model is
Yeah.
because he's such a visionary that this is a philosophy that goes way beyond basketball and goes way beyond any sport. This vision actually applies to art world as well, because
Music.
everywhere where you thought that you have to be of some privileged background to get into the top set, where there are great gatekeepers and everything, and the talent pool is just huge. This is where Rimpage philosophy will come to liberate many.
Amazing. And then I want to get into your artwork as well too here, but I just want to show a little bit of a clip from when I was on the show. And his name is Ashton, right? I think I have him. Ashton C is his last name. Is that the guy?
Ashley Cook. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Let me see if I can show them this one.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna just show them a clip from Ashton.
Okay.
On the screen, and this show is just unpredictable. You just don't know what's gonna happen, right? Like, what's gonna happen?
I love it. I love it.
Okay, let me see. There we go. Okay. So that's the guy, right?
That's him. Yep.
Let me go back here where Vicky.
Okay.
So that's the announcement of the London mission.
No. This is
No.
He just finished the 2-win challenge.
Oh, okay.
So we're interviewing him.
There we go. Okay, perfect. So what's happening in this clip, basically? It's talking about, if you guys want to talk about it, yeah.
Yes. Ashton had just finished a 200-win challenge. He was at something like 150 wins, and we challenged him to reach 200 career wins by the end of that year. We gave him like 7 months to do it. He ended up doing it in 4 months. And in the process, he started that streak, which is why we have that graphic there. I think at that point he was at 166 straight wins, and now he's at 268 straight wins. So he's done a whole lot more since then. But we were just comparing his streak to some of the more prominent streaks in sports.
Got you. Okay, perfect. And then this was when I was on the show here. As I come on here, I'm just going to show them a clip. Not a clip, just an image. So I was on the show a couple of years ago. It was an amazing time. Amazing. Now, Katrina, tell us about your art. Here's your website. It's your first and last name, basically. So what got you into art? Was it your father?
Yeah. Yes. Well, I remember that I wanted to bring my dad back to art. So
yes.
I pleaded with him to start painting again, and his answer was always no, because he couldn't justify spending time on himself. So during one of my visits back home, I had an idea. So when I came back to London, I started buying videotapes and books in those days to start to learn how to paint. And when my dad came to London for holiday that summer, I asked him, "Dad, would you teach me how to paint?" And he said yes, just like that. After years of saying no to me, he said yes, just like that, to starting to teach me how to paint. And after we started, I remember doing the first paintings, something inside my dad just opened up and his soul spilled right there. I could see him come alive, literally, is what I call it, and how I saw it, how I experienced it. We painted every single holiday from that point on. And 5 years from starting to paint, my dad surprised me by entering our latest works into a prestigious competition back home in Belgrade, which is called October Salon of Amateur Painters. It had over 3,000 entries. Both of our paintings were there. My dad was there the opening night of the competition and of the exhibition, sorry. And can you imagine his face when he heard his name being read as one of the 3 highly commended paintings? And there were actually 10 highly commended and only 1 single winner. And my dad was elated, but obviously he wanted to hear another name, right? And as they were announcing the rest of the highly commended, he did not hear my name, so he was a little bit deflated in that moment. And then there was a pause, and then the speaker said, "And the winning entry is Katrina." My dad nearly fainted.
Wow. Okay, what's your dad's name? If you want to mention, shout him out.
My dad's name is Slobodan Miletić, and also some of his work is featured there. The reason why I mentioned this is because my dad and I discovered how to paint a masterpiece, and that is by connecting playfulness, so innocent, playful nature that we all have inside us. When we apply that to our creativity, and we connect it with highest purpose, because that unconditional love that we shared, that is our highest purpose inside us. What resulted was that we both created masterpieces in that moment. And that's something that we get to take with us. It's our legacy, and it is amazing. So we got to paint for the rest of my dad's physical life, and I get to carry on with his legacy. So we discovered a gift I never knew I had.
Amazing. That's awesome. And let me just talk about people in the audience here, but you also think about this, the exhibitions that you have. You have one coming in here in the springtime, and then also in London and then Belgrade as well. So that's amazing.
That's right.
So you're still doing that. And so that's amazing. I had a friend who actually drew the Mostar Bridge, which is in
lovely.
that would be something. So, it's always good to have. And then we do have art in our family. I have a little bit of art in myself.
Yes.
My dad's uncle was a big artist in Europe and all that. And so that's amazing. So you got it just by testing it out. How did you get the art? Like you were just, I know from your dad maybe, but did you just paintbrushes?
I was drawn to drawings, so I studied interior design, and back in those days there was no CAD programs, so I studied with ruler and perspective drawing, with paper and ruler. You had to do everything, and there was some painting involved there, but I never considered that I had a gift or that I was an artist. I did not call myself an artist. It was just part of my design process. But yes, it's given me a beautiful understanding of more of my identity and more of who I am.
Amazing. We have a question for Patrick here. Have you given any thought about expanding to women? What about that?
Yeah.
Well, when I said we want to know who is the best in every city, we're not specifying a particular gender. And so if female is the best in that city, she's going to wear the crown. Yeah. So yes, it's absolutely open to everyone age 15 and up, male and female.
Have you had a female recently on the show or from the
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, you're hoping. Okay. So if you are out there and you're avid,
we did. No, we did.
We had
a competition in Sierra Leone, Africa, and we had a couple of females compete, and one of them was really good.
She beat all the boys.
Yeah. She was really...
That's amazing. So they're all nationwide. So how does it work? Like, let's say you sign up, they show you a video of themselves, you do a live video. How does that work?
Well, when I first created Rimpage, I was thinking about how can we get it into every country without me having to go there and build arenas and stadiums and things like that. Yeah. And the method I came up with that would get us instantly into any market is to have the players film their own matches, because everyone has a mobile phone these days and they're already taking it to the courts with them. So all they have to do is set up the phone and film the match. After the match, they go to a website and tell us the match results and send us the video. And then we watch that video to certify the match results, make sure that match was played according to the rules, make sure they actually won, all of that stuff. And then we update their profile pages with their stats and stuff.
Amazing.
So if you were going right now, you could just take your phone to the court, challenge someone to a match, film that match, and then we would update your profile with the results.
Amazing. Fortunately or unfortunately, we all have cell phones wherever we are, but there's a use to it. We have somebody here from Canada. Hello, Omar and everyone. All right, perfect. All right, thank you so much. All right, we just have one or two more questions to go. All right. If I were to create a product or a concept to benefit humanity, this question is asked by everybody. You are guest number 86 or
Okay.
87. Well, both of you, but two at the same time. What would you guys create? So 80 plus people answered this question. Gave you some time to think about it.
Okay.
Katerina, you first.
Well, I'm thinking for Patrick,
Okay.
it's easy, right? He has already done it. So he's created.
Basketball, right?
Yes, that's his answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have spent a lot of time thinking, how do I, as an artist, how do I contribute to this world? Besides art, I feel that I'm called to contribute in a bigger way. And part of that answer and part of my legacy is actually helping. I want to say, helping everyone, not just creative people, because we are all creative people, we are all artists. Some of us are aware and some of us are not. Helping us reconnect with the, with inner child, let's say, with the inner child who is already creative, who already knows how to get to that joyful place inside us, so that in this world where we are seemingly connected, that we don't feel disconnected from ourselves and from the rest of humanity. So creating those small circles where people feel safe to bring their creations and different creations, so not to follow me as a teacher or tutor, but actually doing something creative and connecting in the way we are connecting today. So we could be, having something to do in our hands. That is the idea.
Yeah, that's amazing because we're all a community and we need to do something to
Right.
help our humanity.
I think that opens us up, don't you think? When
Exactly.
we
It
do
does.
something creative, even when we make bread and sit around the table and talk, or whatever it is that we do, fix a car or whatever. If it's a group of people and we're doing something creative, I think it opens us up in a special way, and
It
I'm
does.
exploring that.
Bringing people together with food and
Yeah.
all that. Patrick, seems like you have something to say. Go ahead, Patrick.
Yes. We played a lot of basketball growing up. We also watched a lot of basketball growing up. My mom was particularly interested in Jordan, and so we kind of watched him and followed his career closely. And they won 6 championships. And I remember how it was like a family ritual when it was the Chicago Bulls game day. We would all sit around that TV, and that was like a serious thing. We were rooting for them to win those games. And then when they won the championships, it felt like we won. It really felt like we won when they won those championships. And then now that I'm older and I reflect on that, I think about, what if there was no NBA? We would never know about Michael Jordan's talent. We would never know about Scottie Pippen or any of those other players. We wouldn't know about their talent. In just the same way, there are players out there who have talent and we don't know, because there is no city championship, state championship, national championship, world championship in every city where basketball is being played, but there will be. And so those moments that I had watching the Chicago Bulls, the world is going to have those moments watching Rimpage championships all over the world.
Amazing. Let me just say hello to a shout out people, and then I have a surprise video I'm going to show our viewers. Hello to Nick, who is also from Trinidad and Tobago, but in the States. And she does book writing. And if you want to help, go to her. She can help you in writing a book and memoir. And she does a lot of good things. And we need community. Okay. Before we end the show, I'm going to show everybody a clip of our previous guests, because this is the final show of season 4. We won't be back for live shows until the fall time in September sometime. But we might do specials in between. I have a couple of tapings here and there. And so let me show everybody.
Omar, before you do that, I
Yep.
want to congratulate you. 86 episodes is quite an achievement, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's one thing to have an idea, but
Yeah.
to execute it through 86 episodes, that takes a lot. So I commend you on that. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. Actually, I'm going to be with you guys at the end, and we'll do your closing thoughts. But yeah,
Okay.
Thank you so much for that. Let me just play this little clip here. It's
Okay.
about 3 minutes, and then we'll be back to give you your closing thoughts.
Okay.
A friend also told me that Anya, that is in foreign countries, is mostly pronounced Anja, and it's kind of similar to angel.
The professor that definitely stood out to me was an English professor, but when I first encountered him was in a class I took freshman year. It was called Thinking About Infinity.
Typically, are you a morning person? Like you wake up 6, 7?
No, I'm a night owl.
Speak and understand the way they see the things. So I would say probably be on your little boy shoes. I know it's not that easy.
You know, Felipe, you're tempting me. I'm looking right at my cheese head. I've had it since I was 12 years old when the Packers won the Super Bowl.
So I think that Phoenix, the University of Phoenix had an event called Luminaries.
Can we have a little information about you?
Yes,
Basics which a person ought to know.
I went to Santa Barbara and I got my life coach training.
I did my bachelor's degree and master's degree in Midlands Technical University, Turkey.
Your car seems like a very big thing.
No.
What is the big difference between you, your car, and your house?
Real, because I was all by myself experiencing this majestic place, and I was like, "Did you see that? Did you see that?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, there's nobody with me." So
I'm honest, I'm loyal, I'm compassionate, I'm loving, I'm caring, and I have high integrity. This way.
Here's a fun fact for you. At the bicentennial of the United States in 1976, the Pulitzer people were giving out special prizes, and they gave out one prize for the most impact on American music. They gave it to Scott Joplin.
So it's general dependency law. So when a kid is taken away from their home because somebody has reported or the police have found that there is severe abuse, neglect.
So the key idea is to keep focus and let others to help you, hold you accountable. So is this true? Is this helping me? What can I learn from?
Okay, you know, currently it's really hot in my country. It's hot here because it's a wonderful Turkish breakfast.
Back to that. We have Sean Michael, who is with us now, and in about 25 minutes, we're gonna have another young lady who is in Peru, Isabel. And then at the end, we have a surprise of showing you some highlights of the season and the year, right? From January until now, we've done a lot of episodes.
Become who they know they can be, even if they
Let me say what Udo said here. Absolutely on family, despite the fact that things do go wrong now.
Oh, it's a big griddle, right? So when you go when you go to do a cookout instead of like a barbecue, it's a griddle, so you can make burgers and all that kind of stuff. So that's just a brand.
So I subscribe to the golden rule: do unto others as you want them to do unto you.
So we came here in 1967, and I live here in Tulsa.
Money on, including probably oil pastel.
Wallahi, like there's really nothing, and I'm always thankful to God that.
I can say she can pass for a trader, but both of them became pastors, full-time pastors.
I've lived all my life in Canada. I was born here.
That then became the passion.
That's about
you.
Oh, my pleasure, and honored that Omar was able to visit Colorado this week. And we just shared a lovely salmon dinner.
Right. So I'm in Centennial, Colorado, and Omar is from Phoenix.
Wow, what
Well
a
done.
journey. Uh-oh, no audio.
No audio. We can't hear you.
There you go. I'm muted. There you go. I was unmuted. No, thank you. Did you guys like that?
Yes.
Awesome. That was a good connection named Udo from Nigeria. He created that for me. And so, all right, let's go ahead and just your closing thoughts. Tell us a little bit about anything else that you want us to know. And then your closing thoughts. We have about 3.5 minutes.
Okay. Well, I'd like to tell you about the skill mission that we have coming up. we've done several challenges with Ashton in the United States, in the Dallas area where he is, where we challenge him to reach 200 wins. We challenge him to reach 3,000 career points. We challenge him to reach 300 wins, and he has successfully completed each challenge. So we're going to do something new, maybe a little bit crazy. We're going to have Ashton fly from Dallas to London, to a country he's never been to before, to challenge players he's never met before on courts where he's never played before. The London players have all the advantages. Ash's mission is to come here, find them, challenge them, beat them. He's got to win 50 certified matches in 30 days. So that's his London skill mission. We're calling it Invade London. Remember, I told you he had an opportunity to play professionally overseas and he couldn't make it because of that liver infection. Well, this is his new opportunity to play overseas. So it's kind of like a completing his comeback story. We're inviting fans to write this next chapter with him. You can donate to help us cover the cost of his flight and his accommodations and everything like that. Any money that's left over will go to Ashton as a cash prize. So you can go to his webpage. It's rimpage.com/Ashton-invades. And you can just click the green button and you can donate any amount you want. We're asking people to donate $25, but any amount you want, we'll welcome it. We'll appreciate it.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for joining us here. We have two couple who are in London. They met on LinkedIn and they're engaged. And so that's amazing. Your closing thoughts.
Lovely. I really enjoyed this time. So thank you for the opportunity to be here and to share these thoughts with your community. If I may just remind everyone that to look for joy in small moments in life, in every single moment, because the more joy you collect, the happier your life will be. And the more you are aware of that, the more you will shine and everyone will want to be with you. So the connections you make are wonderful and the feeling you have inside you is beautiful as well. So thank you for the opportunity to be with you.
Thank you. Now we can say in our language, "Fala puno," which means thanks a lot. And that's important because we need to teach people that. And Patrick, your closing thoughts on the program.
Well, again, congratulations to you on 86 episodes. I know how tough that is. We had a weekly episode that we were doing, and I know the stress of being able to put those episodes together. So congratulations on that. Thank you to everyone who's watching. Check out Rimpage. If you know someone who plays basketball, let them know about Rimpage. This platform is open, and we're ready.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to play the outro. Stick with me in the back room while we play that. But another 5 minutes after. All right. I'm just going to say my closing thoughts here. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on episode 86. We're going to be taking a break. I'm going to play the outro. Amazing two guests who will be here. First time ever, two that were actually in person there. Hopefully, we will do another show with them in person. And then we'll be excited for our 100th episode coming up here. Guys, have a safe and wonderful summer. Take a break. Go someplace new. Do something else you haven't done. I'll be around, maybe traveling a bit. Be in touch and all that. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back again, like I said, God willing, in the next season in September. May God bless you all. Here is the outro.